The Ravens are in the AFC Championship game? Why? Hello, Steelers Nation! Welcome to another episode of Steelcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Steelers fan. But it sure does help. I'm your host, Zach. Who's making the Super Bowl a tag. And today we're going to be breaking down the championship Sunday predictions. Who is going to make the Super Bowl? The wild card went 2-4. Wasn't a very good week for me. But the divisional round, I went 3-1. So I'm feeling pretty good about these. But who's going to go all the way? Are the Chiefs going to make another Super Bowl appearance? Are the Ravens going to finally get over the hump and make it to their first ever Super Bowl appearance with Lamar Jackson? And this is their first AFC Championship game appearance under him. Or, on the NFC side of things, are the 49ers finally going to punch their ticket back to the postseason? Or are the Lions going to make their first ever Super Bowl appearance? A lot of good stories. A lot of good football going to be played. But let's get into the predictions. Starting off with quite literally the toughest of the two, and probably in the game of the weekend. You have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And the Chiefs, let's start with them, pretty much only have 3 people on the offense as of right now. Well, actually, we'll make that 4. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rasheem Rice, and Isaiah Pacheco. That's it. That's literally it. But their defense is underrated, but good. Will it be enough to stop that Ravens high-flying offense with like Zay Flowers, OBJ when he's playing, Mark Andrews if he comes back? Isaiah Likely's been playing pretty good lately. Justice Hill is killing it out there with the run game with Gus Edwards. And they even have Dalvin Cook back there too now. So you got a triple head, if you will, in the Ravens run game. Plus Lamar Jackson can run down your throat. So they got a good run game. The passing game's gotten better. That defense for the Ravens is off the charts. And they were able to put a stop to the 49ers a few weeks back in the regular season. So if those two were to meet in the Super Bowl again, that's called foreshadowing. Then that would probably just be a free win for the Ravens unless the 49ers had something cooked up their sleeves. This was a really hard game to put down and predict. The Chiefs last week beating Buffalo, which I think we kind of all saw that coming to some degree, although Buffalo did choke a little bit with bad play calling, Diggs dropping a touchdown, and a whole bunch of other mumbo-jumbo. And there wasn't even a coin this time involved. And then you had the Ravens who beat the pants off the Texans, if you saw the stream. Yeah, that was what I heard. Anyways, I am unfortunately gonna pick the Ravens to win this one. I did have the Chiefs winning initially, but then I'm like, the Ravens have a much better shot of winning. This game is being played in Baltimore. The crowd's going to be electric. They have a much better shot in this case. I don't really know what to do. I didn't really know what to do. So, I was just like, well, if the Ravens win, so be it. But, I would prefer if the Chiefs won. But every time I've picked another team to beat the Ravens out of spite, the Ravens have won. So I'm hoping picking the Ravens will bring the Ravens some bad mojo. That's literally all I'm banking on. I literally think the Ravens are going to win this game. I have no other shot. But anyways, moving on to the NFC Championship game, you have this Detroit Lions taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Detroit making it back to the NFC Championship game for the first time since 1991 in the Barry Sanders era. And they have a much, much better squad than they did back in the old days. Barry Sanders was literally their entire offense, and now they actually have an offense. Jerry Goff, Sam Laporta, Monty, Gibbs, the Sun God, Williams, you name it. And on defense, they have a pretty young defense at, mostly, but they got some really good stud players, especially in that secondary, like Cam Sutton. I miss you, Cam. And then CJ Gardner-Johnson. They have a pretty good team. And like I said, probably the best in franchise history. But they're going up against the 49ers, who almost lost to the Packers? Question mark? Did they hit on another franchise QB again? Why? I thought it was over. I thought if we go back to the Super Bowl against them, we could get our revenge for 45. Anyways, but no, they won barely. Brock Purdy, though, with a game-winning drive, I think his first of his career, because normally when the 49ers win, they're just winning at halftime. And that was, I think, Kyle Shanahan's first ever game-winning drive like that, because he was like 0-30 up until that point. So, props to Brock Purdy for pulling that off. Going up against the Lions, and the Lions could very well win this game if they can get ahead early, just like the Packers did. Packers got ahead early. They could very well win this game. So, but I do have the San Francisco 49ers winning this game. They got the number one in defense, or number one pass rush. They might have number one defense too. I haven't checked their stat lines, but they do have like a number one defense in a lot of areas. So, yeah, they could very well make Jared Goff's life miserable, and I think they will. Will it be enough? I think so. Does that mean that Super Bowl will be a Ravens 49ers Super Bowl if I get both of these games right? And a rematch of the Harbaugh Bowl, just without the other Harbaugh? Yes. Speaking of the other Harbaugh, I think he got landed a job with the Chargers, so props to him. But yep, we got a Harbaugh Bowl rematch if I'm right. So, but like I said, the other two teams, Chiefs and Lions, have a very good chance of still winning these games. It's just going to be harder. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Who do you have winning? Who do you hope to beat there? And even let me know who you think is going to win the whole thing. I am your host. My name is Zack Attack. And as always, you're in Steel's country.